From battling depression to bringing joy to children worldwide, today's story will move you. I'm Andrew White, the host of the Leading Our Own Way podcast here on YouTube. And on the episode on Leading Our Own Way today, we're sitting down with the amazing Megan Murphy, the creative force behind the Aunt Nae Nae Show. Oh, go and check it out. I'll put everything in the show notes if you want to go and check it out further later on. Her journey, though, from theatre stages to the YouTube stardom is a testament to the healing power of creativity. Hit subscribe and let's dive into part one of this incredible conversation here on Leading Our Own Way. Here's Aunt Nae Nae after the trailer. Welcome to Leading Our Own Way. I'm your host, Andrew White, and this is the podcast that unveils captivating narratives of resilience and personal triumph. This podcast is for anyone seeking inspiration and insights on overcoming life's challenges. Follow and subscribe, and then we can lead together forever. I want to say good morning, Megan, but good afternoon, Megan Murphy. How are you today?
Good morning, Andrew. It's I'm in the Alabama, USA, where it's about 4:30 in the afternoon here, and I understand it's about 7:30 in the morning in Melbourne time.
Yes, Sunday, and it's Saturday to you. Yeah,
All right.
all the way from Alabama.
Also, it's a different day.
Yeah, I won't tell you what happens. Don't worry. In the future, Alabama is a place that I've always wanted to go. Actually, so
Really?
Is Alabama a nice place to live?
Yeah, I mean, it's politically, it's mostly conservative, but the nature and the scenery and the state parks are really nice, and the food is really good, and the people are nice. I don't know if you ever heard of American Southern hospitality, but
I haven't.
people are just so nice and kind in the southern US. It's a stereotype, but it's mostly true.
I love it. Well, it's definitely true because Megan, because you're a really nice person, and we've been connected for about 5 months now, haven't we? We've been trying to lash out this episode for some time, haven't we? Well, welcome to Leading Our Own Way. I appreciate you joining me on my journey, and I appreciate you sharing your journey today. You're doing some incredible things. So, Megan, let's start off with how you're leading your own way. Tell us what you're doing in life at the moment.
Well, my main occupation in life right now, as far as work goes, is I'm working on my own TV show called the Aunt Nae Nae Show. It's a kids show. It's mainly on, yeah, there it is. It's mainly on YouTube right now. That's the name of my YouTube channel, Aunt Nae Nae Show, right there.
I'll
But it's
put
a
everything
kids
in the show
show
notes so
for
people can go
kids.
and check it out.
Thank you. It's like a kids show for kids like ages 8 years old and younger. Mostly, some of the episodes a little bit older kids might enjoy, but it's like a variety show. We have songs, there's stories, jokes, educational content, and more. Sometimes we have special guest stars on the show. That's a relatively new thing for us. We started doing that in the last 6 months. We started having guest stars on the show.
Brilliant. What type of guests do you have?
Well, we had this one woman who was a financial advisor. Hear me out. You're thinking, kids show, financial advisor, what? But I did like a mock interview of her. It was all scripted, but she taught the kids like basic money management skills, like here's a quarter is 25 cents. Well, how many quarters does it take to buy a jetpack? You need a lot of quarters for that, I'm afraid. 25 cents is like what's the equivalent of dollar? What's less than a dollar? It's like it takes 100 cents to make $1 in the US, right?
For sure. Yep. Same here.
I keep forgetting I'm talking to a mostly Australian audience, but it was basically about how to save your money and how to manage your money for in terms that kids can understand, which I think is something that was good for them to good for us to do an episode about because it's something that I think is good for kids to learn because a lot of times in school they don't, at least here, they don't learn a lot of stuff like that. So, you know,
I agree. I think that's fantastic.
that's
And
just an example of one episode that we did.
yeah, I love that. That's amazing. That's what they're missing in schools, isn't it? Doing some real
Yeah.
life learning about real the things that happen outside in real life. So that's incredible that you're doing that on your channel. Amazing. And because I've seen some other things where you sing happy birthday and things like that.
Yeah.
So you cover singing, you cover a little, obviously the educational side with money and things like that. What other things does your show consist of?
Sometimes I read books. Like last or a couple weeks ago, I read a book that I wrote called The Little Ice Cream Cone. It's like a fantasy sci-fi children's storybook.
Amazing.
Um, and I write a lot of books actually.
You'll have to send me some so I can put them on the shelf with
There's
the other
one of them
guests.
called The Robot and the Bee.
I'd love that.
But anyway, so I write a lot of books and I read them on the show. And sometimes I read like public domain children's books. Like next week, I'm going to be reading an excerpt from Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Um,
Amazing.
about the Mad Hatter and March Hare Tea Party.
Wow.
But that's going to be fun. And so one of the things we did was we had an anti-bullying episode where we
Something
taught
I'm very
kids
passionate
how
about.
not to be a bully
Yeah.
and how to treat others with kindness rather than meanness.
Yeah.
And we had a woman who came on as the guest for that episode. Her name was Odara. She just goes by one name, Odara. But she worked with kids and youth organizations, and she talked about like I said, I'm being bullied at school, what should I do? And she was like, well, you should tell a teacher or your parents or a trusted adult. Like, don't try to fight back, you know,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah. Amazing. And what do you have? You obviously seem to know a lot of the things, the right things to cover, and the enjoyable things to cover within your show. Do you have an educational background? Where does this knowledge for education come from? Maybe.
No, I don't have any kind of education degree or anything like that. I went to school for theater.
Ah,
Not education, but I do have experience working as a summer camp counselor um for the Girl
yeah.
Scout
Nice.
camp.
Hmm.
I did that for several years in my 20s. And so I worked with kids from ages 6 years old to 18 years old. It was all girls because it was Girl Scout camp, but um I also had a lot of younger cousins growing up,
Hmm.
and now I have my nephew who's actually going to be turning 8 years old tomorrow. It's his birthday tomorrow.
Nice.
But I babysit my nephew. Um but I don't know, I guess I just know things. I don't know.
No, it's great. No, that's awesome. You're putting all those little life experiences into action really, really well. And for anyone who is watching on Spotify and on YouTube, Megan is wearing this amazing outfit. So if you are on Apple, go and check it so you can have a look at it. But you have some amazing outfits that you wear. Talk to us a little bit about what you're wearing today.
Um, well, it's these here. Hold on. I can't do that. Maybe I can show you right here. It's these red overalls.
Yeah.
They're shorts.
Yeah,
I
cool.
got them at a store, a popular store in America called Walmart
Yep.
today. This is
Amazing.
what I got in exchange for that dress that I returned this morning.
Love
And
it.
this shirt I've had for a long time. I love polka dots. So I've got polka dots in my hair too, so
And you wear loads of different. You really set yourself up for all the different shows, don't you? You dress up in all the episodes. There's a lot
yeah,
of work.
and as part of my YouTube channel, I do Aunt Nae Nae's outfit of the day almost
Oh,
every day. Not every day, but almost every day. Sometimes I skip a day if I can't think of what to wear that day. But
amazing.
I also do the joke of the day on
Go
my
on, can you
YouTube
give us a
channel.
joke for today, then, Megan?
Let me think. What was the joke of the day? Oh,
If you can't
okay.
think, it's fine.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
What do you call a factory that is just okay?
Ooh, go on.
A satisfactory.
You're funny. So, how long has the Aunt Nae Nae Show been going for then?
A little over 2 years now.
Wow.
In March of this year, it was the 2-year anniversary. The first year or so, it was just me on my own, with like usually my mom or dad holding my iPad as the camera. But then now I have an iPhone that I use as the primary camera. And now I have a tripod that I use, so my mom and dad don't have to stand there and hold the camera anymore. But
Brilliant.
I'm also working with two guys who are my wonderful producers, Hugo and Kevin are their names, and they both live in New York, so we work together remotely
Yeah.
because I'm in Alabama.
Yep.
But they help me with editing, they help me find guest stars to be on the show. They help me come up with ideas for topics to do on the show. And they provide moral support, a lot of moral support.
Brilliant. I think one of
But
them contacted
they're
me
great.
for
And
you to come on the show.
huh?
I think one of them connected with me to get you on the show.
Yeah, that was probably Kevin.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, nice. Hi to Kevin.
He's
Thank
great.
you, Kevin.
Mhm.
Amazing. So what made you think of Aunt Nae Nae then? Where did she come from?
Well, Aunt Nae Nae is also my name in real life. When my nephew was a baby, he couldn't say Megan, so he called me Nae Nae, so I became Aunt Nae Nae to my nephew in real life. And then, like several years later, um, okay, my nephew lives in a different state than I do, so we talk on FaceTime a lot.
Yeah.
He and I. And one day I started doing this thing, just playing with my nephew on FaceTime, and I went, "It's the Aunt Nae Nae Show, hey!" And I
Love it.
started saying silly things and doing funny stuff and just being silly, just playing with my nephew, entertaining my nephew on FaceTime. And then, like a week later, when he called again, he said, "Aunt Nae Nae, do the Aunt Nae Nae Show again." And I did it again, and it went on for a few weeks like that. And then I had the epiphany, hey, what if I actually make this into a real thing, like make an actual show out of this?
Mhm.
Because not much else was happening in my acting career at the time. So I decided I'll do my own show. And so when I decided to make my own show, I knew it had to be a kids show because I always loved kids. I always connected with kids well. And so, and then my nephew, it was mostly inspired by my nephew. If it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't have had the idea for the show.
Mm.
But yeah, that's what I've been doing for the past 2 years and like 2 months, 2 years, about 2 years.
Yeah. And does your nephew tune into it still? Join us tomorrow to hear more from today's incredible guests and learn valuable insights to help you lead your own way. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you then.